Well, this is Grimhaven. Oh my, Strixhaven.
Haha.
Oh, Lord, I borked that
Right
all
off the
in.
bat, and we've messed up.
Oh, Strixhaven, chaos, a curriculum of chaos. Grim presents, or a Grim curriculum. Anyway, um,
I think maybe we should have not told him we were recording. I think that
I
threw him
know,
off.
right?
I think it threw him off just a little bit, yeah.
He's
yeah,
become shy.
be. I'm laughing now too much. Um, B. Let's start off with you, shall we?
Sure. My actual name is Lizzie, and I'm playing Pete, the auto gnome druid. Anything else you want me to say? I like long walks on the beach.
I don't.
Oh, I do.
I don't think we need more. We'll figure that out as we
General.
go. Galleah, let's go with you next.
Okay. I'm Barb, and I voice Galleah, the sea elf warlock. And my character does like long walks on the beach because she's from a seaside city.
Oh,
Teacher's pet.
We'll go
Jelly.
with Sean. We'll go with Sean next.
Good evening, everyone. I am Travis, and I will be playing Sean Kane. He is not a vampire. I do not know why everyone wants to accuse him of being a vampire, but he is not a vampire. Thank you.
Indeed.
He's definitely a
Scar.
vampire.
I am Liz, and I voice Scar. And normally I don't sound like this. I'm just sick. And I am a elf blood hunter who is pretty, like 100% certain that Sean is a vampire. And I will use this campaign to prove it.
Not a vampire.
Definitely
And-
a vampire.
Lastly, since Falcon is not in, Peach, who was missing, so to speak, from our last session, even though she was quite literally there the whole time.
Hey y'all, I'm Peach of PeachandGrim, and I play Peach in this game, or more specifically, Peachtree. Oh god, I can't even see my whole last name. Peachtree Brightfolk. I am a wood elf bard, and I like long walks by the river instead of long walks on the beach because where I'm from didn't have a beach. So,
And sand gets everywhere.
right?
No comment.
Sand is crazy.
There's a little thing called prestidigitation.
Yeah, well, some of us can't do that, you teacher's pet.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Hey, Graham, you want to introduce yourself there, darling?
I thought I'd try to scrape on by without doing that, maybe.
Yeah, nah, man.
No such luck.
No, no. Gotta happen.
Well, I am Grim. I will be the dungeon master for this wild, chaotic classroom experience.
And Grim hates me.
No, I do not. I have very nice magic items planned for everybody as gifts today.
Ooh.
Later,
Aw.
if you're good in class.
Well, just tell me you're not going to give it to me now, then. Jeez.
As you all wake up in the morning, it has been 1 or 2 days of adjustment to make sure that your personal effects have arrived on time and you actually get acquainted with the biblioplex, which is the main hub of the school. Make sure that you know what cafe is, tavern is, the little recreation room,
The DM is buffering.
and where the recreation room is, and how to get to all of these places. From there, you all received a letter about when classes actually start, and this is the morning of. As we started off earlier, B, what are you doing first?
I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna check on my bees because that is what I was built to do. So probably is a force habit by now. And once I make sure that they are okay, I will go out and look for the friends that I made yesterday. What's that? See where they are.
We'll go to the Scriptura collections, as this is kind of where you would all meet first thing in the morning. Galleah. As B comes into the Scriptura, what would you like to start your day off with?
Oh, I will speak to my statue that I have determined is my patron, and to say, please let me have a very good day at school. I promise that I'll pay attention and do you proud. All right, have a good day. Bye. And pack my little bag and trot off. Probably skipping along.
Sean, as she skips out of her room, what are you doing to prepare and get ready?
I will wash my face, clothe myself, and stumble outward into the bright light. If I must, I must. Off to class.
Right? Gar, as he is prepping his day, what are you doing?
Scar is rolling out of bed to check the numerous pixie traps that she's left lying around to see if she's caught the fucker that stole her voice. Sadly, they're all empty, so she's kind of like slumped over, wandering out to go to class now.
And lastly, Peach, how are you preparing for the day?
Peach gets up and makes herself a little breakfast. Pours herself a little bit of ale because she's an ale girl, and makes her bed, makes sure everything's nice and clean, and heads out the door, ready for class.
As you all head off to class. You all from here to here. Just Minerva in there. As you come into your first classroom of the day, it is kind of like the homeroom, so to speak. You see Professor Val at the very end of the room. Behind a desk, numerous students have already taken their seats. Right here for now. And he clears his throat. Students, please take your seats. I will then discuss the schedules as each one of you, or as most of you, have different professors throughout the entirety of the university. All through different schedules of the day. Please do sit down. There's no need to stand in the middle of the whole classroom.
Dawn, you can come sit next to me.
Okay. He will sit next to Galleah.
Now, as
Can you
everyone
not move
sits
your
down,
token?
Brain damage.
Now, as everyone has at last sat down, we will discuss your first year professors. You will have Professor Bressel, Professor Yonji, Yonjin, Professor Flog, Professor Lazel, Professor Tanzanir, and Professor Vanson. Each one of you have already been scheduled, and it will be throughout the day. So you'll meet here, and then go off to those respective classes, and then come back here at the end of the day. I do have a special treat for you all. Please enjoy
homework?
your first day. It might be, yes.
Why would you ask for homework on the first day?
I'm not supposed to.
No. No. No.
I have so much to learn.
Ah.
But my first room is dismissed, as I just made sure that you're all here, well fed, and you're actually awake. Do enjoy your day.
You too.
Sure.
And those folks who need to meet with Professor Bressel will meet with him first. Professor Bressel teaches Introduction to Archnomancy,
Oh, that's not me.
Do we
which
have,
is in Lorehold.
Do we have somewhere that shows what classes we signed up for?
Yeah, because I can't remember.
Neither can I.
All right, hold on.
That was a couple of days ago.
Bold of you to assume we couldn't remember that far back.
Right. I know. I have a handy dandy little thing I'm going to share to each and every one of you. Moment. It'll be underneath backstories. You could actually see your own backstory. Only with the additional notes that I left out on the first episode. But at the end of it, it'll say classes at year 1, professors.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, helpful.
All right, now you should be able to see those backstories. They are underneath player and underneath backstory folder.
Hey, nifty.
At the bottom of your, it should say your classes at year 1 and the professors. Now, they're probably not in absolute order, since I kind of did it ramshod whenever I was typing it up.
So it looks
If
like
anything-
I'm in the next class.
What was
So-
the next class?
Minerva has Professor Bressel. I know that off the top of my head. And so does B. I believe those are the only two, since most people only have like 2 characters that share 1 professor at a time.
I have Professor Bressel.
You do have Professor Bressel? You are the
Yeah.
only ones that share a breath. Only 3 share a professor. I couldn't remember which professor. Now, underneath the Professors tab, you should be able to see Professor Bressel. As you come into his classroom, there's little lights and decorations all around the hall that seem to be computation numbers. He looks around. He is dressed in layered green and dusty robes. He looks at the three of you and says, "Welcome to my class. It is good to see young students again. For this first lesson, we will do The Dust Remembers, Awakening of Forgotten Things." And he drags like a brazier out of the corner of the room, so it just like across the floor, and then he lights this
Making a
bluish-
horrible noise.
Oh yeah, lights this blue flame in the brazier in the center of the room, and these ghostly projections and bony figures kind of rise from the smoke and fog. Now, class, please try to understand the fogs and the things of long forgotten. I wish you to ask ancestors questions, for if we do not heed the words of the past, we're doomed to repeat them. So, those in the class, I would like you to make either a persuasion, history, or religion check. And tell me what you ask the fog, smoky spirits. We'll start off with B first.
Yeah, good plan.
Okay. I don't think that I ask any good questions.
Ask at least.
I am what was your pet's name?
As you ask this, the smoke and fog swirls, and then you see a skull open before you. And then it grows like these bony hands that grip its top half and the bottom half, and just open in a scream of silence and just dissipates itself.
Is it something I said?
And the professor looks at you. Maybe, your first time's not that great. It happens. Not every time do spirits really like the people who ask them questions. Next, he just ushers Galleah up there, because I believe she's also taking this course.
I thought it was me.
No,
Big
Scar.
and
sorry.
Minerva. Yeah.
Minerva. Yes, sorry.
All right.
I can if you want me to, though.
Nope. You already have enough classes.
So I get advantage on certain skills if they're like to recall information about fae, fiends, or undead.
Mm-hmm.
So do I get to use that advantage, or do I get to do just a normal roll?
No, that would actually work here, yes. Because you
Sweet.
are speaking to basically a pseudo-undead.
Nice. Well, that's cool because I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh, nice. What do you ask then?
I'm gonna ask if they have any tips or tricks on catching pixies.
The spirits roll and writhe, and then you see little tiny fey dots pop up, and numerous ones giggle amongst themselves. Of course we can catch each other. Of course.
Damn it,
It's
pixies.
rather easy. Just leave out sweet treats. And rather, sparkly lights.
Good to know.
And the professor looks at you and goes, "That is very well done. Great first time. Now, the very quiet one in the back. Minerva?
Yes. That is I.
Holy shit.
Oh. Is it history?
I was so concerned by you coming in that I threw my headset off my head.
Big 3.
What are you asking the spirits?"
Minerva is just going to ask if they were of anyone of historical importance.
The professor gets a sour look on his face as the spirits writhe and boil, and they all scream out. And the professor then throws like this suit stuff to calm them on the flame, or throws the suit stuff on the flame to calm them down. "Dear girl, every spirit is of historical significance in their own way. They were significant in their own life in some way. So to history, or their history, they were significant."
Interesting. Very well, thank you, sir.
And as the rest of the class goes on, some students get it right, some ask weird questions like, "How many times did you try to poop in your lifetime?" The professor does not like that one and throws that student out. That is Javnish Stoutclaw, the Owlkin, that he throws out of that class,
Oh.
who tries to ask that crude question. The next professor on the list is Professor Ijoni. Johnny? I the one who made up the name, and I'm going to butcher it. Cool.
Hey,
job.
I got him too.
I do too.
Cool, I can steal some ale.
Hell yeah.
I don't think that's going to help your voice.
Johnny is, she teaches the beginning of inknomancy, or inkomancy. She is a dark-skinned elf, sharp-tongued, elegant, and a bit dramatic. As she, in her classroom, books are always constantly moving along the shelves. Numerous magic quills write in open books at all hours of the day. They are rhymes, they are prose, they are poetry, novellas, all sorts of things being written at constant times. And she herself holds a silver quill that radiates magic. She is clad in monochrome robes and always seen with the said magic quill. She looks at those in the class. Who all is taking her class?
Peach.
And Scar.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will start today with "The ink must flow, words of power and precision," as words are meant to be powerful beyond belief itself. She hands everyone a blank scroll that and you must craft a sigil of influence with said scroll. The scroll only knows truth. To write your story upon the page, or your first magical incantation to try to persuade people of your truth. Those taking the class, please either make a persuasion, intimidation, or deception check.
I'm not good at any of those.
The professor walks through the class. Peach, what are you writing? As she looks over your shoulder.
Peach is writing her story in like a kind of like a limericky type fashion. Except she's leaving out the parts where she can sing, and just focusing on, I just work at a tavern and like to play some music for the patrons.
And Scar, what is your story that you're writing? As she looks over your shoulder.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I don't know. Probably some bullshit.
She coughs at this and goes, We are a established, accredited higher learning facility, and such vulgarities are prescribed within the bounds of freedom of speeches within the likes of any plays or poetry. However, within the classroom edict, I must ask you not to write such things, as it does reflect poorly upon your academic records. However, outside of the classroom, please feel free to write whatever you see fit.
Fair enough.
And she smiles at you and gives you like a wink, Scar.
Ooh, she want me.
You.
Now, who's the teacher's pet?
I was going to say more of a wink of understanding, but okay. I guess take it the way you will. And then she looks back over to Peach and goes, I know that you can sing. You were brought here on the recommendations of a professor who knew your voice.
But which one knew my voice? I don't sing in front of anybody.
You'll have to ask them.
Well, it would help if I knew who they were.
And before she could answer, somebody else calls out to her, asking a question, and she disappears. And as that class goes over, we shall meet our next professor. And that is Professor Blarg, or Plarg, not Flarg, Plarg. Professor Plarg. I'm not gonna lie, this is the one I really enjoyed making. Each one of these professors has artwork.
Yeah.
And he is the teacher of history of magic and art within the House of Prismari, or the College of Prismari. He is an orc. He has no tusks, as those have been removed long ago. He's a very loud and passionate man who is constantly covered in paint or glitter. You're not entirely sure which one is which half the time. And he is very broad-shouldered orc with splashes of color throughout his beard. Sometimes that is the paint and glitter. Sometimes he just dyes it with magic. He usually has constant magic lights floating past him, and he will actually dip his fingers in the motes to paint something.
Finger painting.
Now, who is taking Professor Plarg's class?
That would be me, Sean Kane.
And
Hello.
Galleah.
Me.
This one as well. Professor Plark looks at the class and goes, "Welcome to the history of magic and art. Today we will do epic echoes, painting the past with flame." And he blows out with his hand this dried dust that actually forms living artwork into the air, like it's on fire, and it cascades outwards. And he's like, "And this is a retelling of the Battle of the Fifth Spire, where many sadly lost their lives, but it was a very fun thing to paint. Now, I would like you all to try and paint the Battle of the Fifth Spire in your own ways." And he whisks with his hand several canvases and easels to appear before you all, and says, "Please go ahead." And I would like you all to either make a history or deception check to try and remember the Battle of the Fifth Spire, or interpret it in your own way.
Nat 20, let's go.
Nice.
Dang.
He doesn't even know what that is. She's never heard of it.
Right. As the professor walks around, he stops at Sean's, looks at it. "This is a very interesting interpretation. What's this here?" And he points at parts of your painting. Do you wish to share with the class?
Is the English and lamentation of the peoples?
It is a rather lively thing, because I think that one is cheering, but it's a good start. You had me fooled from 10 feet back. It was great.
I do what I
like
can.
it. And he stops at Galleah. "Now, this one looks pretty spot on. There are certain things here and there not truly there, but I like the way you went about it. What's this part?" And he points at a part of your painting.
Oh, that is the red sunset to mark the end of the battle. The bloody end of the bloody battle.
"I love it. It happened at dawn, but
Oh, well, you know,
always thematic changes are welcome."
thank you.
And he stops at bees. "What are we doing here?"
This is a daisy that I saw out at the side of the meadery once. I'm not really sure what we're talking about, so I just decided to draw a pretty picture.
I can see, yes. This doesn't really fit the scope of the lesson, but it does at least look like you tried.
Yay.
And we could always chalk it up to first day jitters. Now, Javasine, what are you painting over there? Put that away! And he removes Javasine Stoutclaw from his class, as Javasine has painted something lewd and made the fall of the Fifth Spire into more of an phallic object.
What is
CB,
wrong
I
with
told
that
you
guy?
there was something wrong with that guy, B. It's that guy from the other night, remember?
The one with the stone that talks to the blood cultist or whatever?
Yes, that one. The one who is suspicious.
Oh, yeah.
You remember he
doesn't
wanted
seem
to
like
be
a
more
good dad.
teacher pet than Galleah. Yeah, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
And next, for those who are taking Professor LaSalle's class.
I do believe that is me.
Oh, me too.
And me.
Teaches basic magical
Myself.
auras in the Biblioplex. She's an Asimar. She's friendly, precise, and obsessed with auras and harmonics. She's kind of into gem, and crystals.
Oh, she's a hippie.
Oh,
wears
you said
elegant robes
gems.
Yeah, I
and
thought he
that
meant
shimmers with
gem,
subtle layers.
but he means gems.
I was
She's often
wondering
found
who
humming to the
Jim
crystals.
was. Yeah.
Same.
As she, in her class, every shelf is covered with little gemstones and crystals here and there. Some are raw crystals, some are actually faintly cut here and there. Some are just pearls in vague shapes. Some of them are literally fake crystals that are just cut glass that she's just filled out through the room.
That's fake. That's fake. Oh, that's fake too.
You know, it's not nice to point out fake things, right?
Oh, was that my out loud voice? I'm so sorry.
She said
Welcome,
black
class.
gold.
Today, you will know me, Professor LaSalle. I will be teaching you your first lesson called Finding Your Frequency, an Aura Resonance 101. Everyone, please sit in a circle and hold hands for a moment while I get you all crystals. And she goes about the room collecting little
Okay.
baubles off the walls as she has you all hold hands.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
And as she
Hey,
comes
everybody.
back and she hands each person, she puts like the crystal in front of everybody and goes, now, we shall harmonize and synchronize with our synergies this course. Please tune in to the crystal before you and hum gently. I would like you all to either make a perception, persuasion, or arcana check.
Oh no. I think I got one of the fake crystals.
Shh. Don't tell her that.
As she's looking around the room, she looks at Scar and goes, you're doing excellent. Your soul is perfectly aligned with the crystal in front of you, and it's purely at peace, unlike your exterior.
Gee, thanks. I guess.
She looks at Minerva, and your gem is radiant. And you notice, Minerva, that the gem in front of you is literally just a fake knockoff glass gem. That most of all the gems that she's actually handed out are all knockoff gems. She has not let you touch any of the real ones.
Mhm.
You're
That's
all
a
just
smart
trying to
decision,
follow
though.
the fake ones. And she's actually, yeah. So that's what you see with the perception. And Scar, you notice that all the gems are slightly glowing here and there. Some glow a little bit more, and that's probably from the teacher casting a spell on them.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks.
Sean, what are you trying to persuade out?
Persuading the gem to glow.
Your gem does glow, but not as bright as the others. She looks at you and goes, it's the first day, everyone has some jitters. It's bound to cause your gem to not synchronize fully with you.
Maybe it's because he's a vampire.
I'm not a vampire.
Well, your gem says otherwise, man.
Can I use
That and the fact he's
prestidigitation to
walking
make
in the day.
my gem spark?
You could totally do that.
I am doing that. See, not the vampire.
See,
Not
excellent.
entirely sure how that proves anything, but okay.
And she then looks at Galleah and goes, your other professors may think of you highly, but I think this course is a little out of your league at the moment. And your crystal is very, very dim in front of you.
Hmm. Perhaps I could persuade you to give me a real gem next time to work with.
What's your passive perception?
Oh, it's not good. It's 12.
Okay. Does anybody have a 15 or higher?
Mine is
Uh,
16.
Nope.
You notice
Mine's
that
11.
for a moment her face becomes that ugly sneer and then straightens back up. Just for a split second, it's there. And it's like somebody who's very angry about you talking about like their dog or their pet of some sort.
Oh, you're not the teacher's pet no more.
When Minerva sees this, she's gonna be like, teacher, that one's vibrating it over there.
Oh no, it shouldn't be doing that. And she starts walking away towards that gem.
I'm gonna wink at Galleah like, gotcha. I got you back.
And our next professor is Tanazur. Tanazur is a very odd professor. He teaches beginning to computational magic. He relies or resides in the Quandrix one with numerous like numerical values that scrawl across the walls. But he is a very odd looking fellow as he looks elven, but he has green scales all over his body. The coat that covers him is covered in arcane calculus emblems and sigils. And he looks over at you all. He says, "Welcome to my course, students. I am Professor Tanazur, and I will be teaching you beginning of computational magic, the foundations of formulaic realities this first lesson. This may be a little challenging for some, especially if you did not enjoy calculus in any shape or form. But you need to know this to understand the basics of your magics." And he whisks in a orb that has mathematical problems all over it. And he says, "This will change the gravitational field of the room. If you put in the right quantum phallic field, you will be stable. If you do not, you will fly into the rafters and hit the ceiling. So please do not do that. I need you all to make an Arcana check, whoever is taking his class."
Phew.
Nice. And it's just the two of you, right?
I believe it's his V as well.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh no.
It stopped at an 18 and then flipped over to a 2.
As Galleah and Peach, you stare at this orb. Galleah, let's go with you first, since you critted. How do you try to solve the mathematical problem before you?
I will hold up my hand and I will move symbols around until they form a formula that makes sense to me.
All right. You stay firmly placed on the ground. The professor is smiling. Peach, how do you solve your portion of the mathematical quandary before you?
Okay, so is the orb making any kind of like noise, or does it have like some kind of resonant frequency?
It does.
Peach tries to match the resonant frequency of the orb with her voice.
And as you do so, the math problems do flutter and change to your will. Minerva, how do you try to solve this mathematical problem?
Minerva looks at it and goes, "Oh God, another class another class that I'm not qualified for. I hate math." And when she touches it, it just flings her into the air.
And see, folks, or students, this is not what you're supposed to do. And they point at Minerva. And at about this point, Javanish, Stout Claw, the Owlkin, goes, "I've got this!" And he hits several things, and instead of going straight up, he flies out the window. The professor looks out and goes, "Class is over. I have to go fetch a student before he collides with the ground." And he rushes out of the room.
He,
Oh,
he has wings. He should be okay.
Can somebody get me down from here?
And
It's-
yeah, how would you like to try and come down?
Mm,
I have no idea. Let's see, do I have any abilities that might help me in this situation?
Roll acrobatics and hope for the best.
I don't see.
I'm decent at acrobatics. I could attempt to either try and pull myself back down to the ground or to.
If that's what you wish, go for it.
Sure, I will attempt. Can I attempt to pull myself down to the ground?
Yeah. Yes, go right ahead.
Do you want me to roll acrobatics or athletics?
Are you
doesn't really
pulling
matter.
or trying to parkour down?
Initially, I think I will. She try to just pull herself back down, try to climb
All right,
back down.
give me an athletics then.
There we go, 19.
Without too much of a hassle. It does keep trying to pull you back up, but you do manage to brute force your way back down. Hit the reset button on the side of the orb, which sets you back to 0.
When she gets down to the ground, she's just gonna pull out her mace and just smack it and turn it off.
And now for our last course of the day. Professor Von Son.
That's me.
She teaches Arcano-Botany for beginners. She is a dryad. She's draped in moss-lined robes. Her skin resembles bark, and her hair flows like hanging ivy. Her classroom resembles a wild greenhouse. Numerous plants. Some kind of get a little bitey if you reach too close to them. But for the most part, they're docile. She comes into the room almost as if she's always been in the room, hidden amongst the leaves. Shrug away from her. Class, welcome. I am Professor Von Son. I will be teaching you Arcano-Botany for beginners. Our first lesson is root, rot, and regrowth. The life cycles of magic. And she has you gather inside the greenhouse, kind of in a semicircle, as she shows you the life cycles of certain plants. And she actually gives you certain testing plants to try to take care of for the first hour, as they have miniature life cycles. I.e., these plants literally only live for about 45 minutes, and you have to take care of them for the duration of the class. I need you all, who are taking her course, to make a nature check.
Well, I failed.
Oh no.
The teacher walks over to Peach. That's very good. Your plant is thriving just well. which is hilarious.
Why is that hilarious?
Sorry, that was the DM's thought, not this actual person.
Okay, no, so
I'm sorry.
in real life, I can't keep
That
the
was-
plant alive. If I touch it, it dies. So,
Same.
Dating character a little too much there. She goes, "That's a very good job," and she pats your shoulder and she walks on to B. As you are taking care of your plant, it's oddly buzzing with life, and she smiles about it. Goes, "That is an excellent job. I knew that you would be able to take care of life with your hands, as I can hear your little friends all the time." And she points at the beehive.
You can hear them too.
Absolutely, and they sing your praises all the time.
Good. I'm glad. I sing their praises too.
And then she walks over to Sean, whose plant is utterly dead, almost looking like it killed itself in horror. She goes, "I understand the challenges of keeping life together, especially for someone of your background. It can be rather
Yes.
challenging." As
It was very
carnivores, yes. As carnivores find it always a challenge to keep the crops alive around them, when consuming is just so easy.
This is
Sounds
very
like a vampire to me.
You're not
good.
here.
You sound like vampire.
But that is the end of my lessons. Rosie, please stop harassing the tulips. They do get offended by that. And she starts turning around towards the student known as Rosie, who you all met in last session, who was attacked by a mimic.
This little drunk girl.
Yes. As the classes start mingling and ending for the day, you all come into your homeroom class with Professor Val, who looks over at you all and goes, "Did you all enjoy your courses today?"
Mostly.
I had a great time.
Minerva's
That's the
rubbing her.
last one.
Minerva's rubbing her back. Kind of.
I mean, nobody died, so that's a good day.
It's a good side.
Absolutely. And nobody went to the nurse's station except for John and Jefferson. And he looks over at Jefferson, who is got a cast on his arm/wing, who's grumbling downward at himself. So, Jefferson, you may be excused for the rest of this course, as I do have a lesson that includes physical exertion of a nature.
Let's get physical.
Dear.
Everyone split into the groups that were assigned to you day one. These are probably your friendship basis groups. I mean, obviously you can mingle with other groups. I do not care. But the Dean likes it if you stay amongst yourselves within the predefined groups, as she has catered or tailored them specifically. And he starts
Man, they
waving
even
his
pick our
hand.
friends here.
It's not really
They don't pick your nose.
exactly.
Yeah.
We have to do something on our own.
These folks all start talking amongst themselves with their own groups. Javasheen leaves the room.
I mean, we could keep Jabasheen around. He could be useful for beating up on them, but you know.
I don't know.
Poor
Yes.
little Java is here for comic relief. He kind of fails.
He brought it
I mean,
on
it's rather
himself.
comical.
Indeed, he did bring it on himself.
Now that you've all broken down into your selective groups or elective groups, I would like to present you the project of our first lesson. As the Dean has expressed a need for possible self-defense.
Because them damn pixies are after us.
Are they?
Exactly. So, I have created a challenge for the younglings, or the first years. You're all broken into your respective groups. The other groups will go into their own classrooms, and I will have the challenges prepared there. This group here, and he points at you all, will be using this classroom, and I will summon in the entities for you shortly. Please prepare yourselves.
Okay. So we're
Well,
gonna
how
fight
can we
something.
prepare ourselves if we don't know what's coming?
Well, basically, Peach dispenses the ale, and we all hope we don't die.
And
I
when you
won't
say that,
cast
Peach just
firebolt.
like hands you a glass of ale.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Preparing yourself is more like, do you have mage armor? Do you need additional buffers before we start? I know in a normal cutthroat scenario, these situations would not happen. But we are in a teaching scenario, so please prepare yourselves.
Everybody good on hit points and all that?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I'll preemptively cast Shillelagh on
Shillelagh.
abilities prepared. Shillelagh.
I've got armor of Agathis going.
And then I would like you all to roll initiative.
Can I ritual cast speak with animals just in case?
Sure, he's allowing you time to prepare,
Okay.
I guess.
My initiative is not going through. Hold on. Hey, there we go.
Nice. All right. And as you have all finished preparing, he looks out and goes, "Now I shall summon the little biters." And he
The
reaches
little
out his
biters.
hands, and four, like, gold discs appear before him, about the size of a palm. And he looks at these four discs, he grabs one, like the third one down. He grabs it, puts his fingers into these tiny holes, and he shifts it forward. And as he runs it forward once, he pulls his fingers out and then runs it again and again, almost like he's putting a finger on a digit with each time he does it.
Like dialing an old phone.
A rotary
Yes.
phone.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if he's dialing a rotary phone in the air. And you hear a buzzing sound. Pull these
And
into-
it doesn't sound like
Ye-
bee, I take it.
No.
Oh.
What you
What
see
is this?
are these little clockwork bugs that chitter and click out of nowhere. They're literally like a clock face kicks off in the middle of the classroom out of the clock face. And that's what happens after two of those rotations, and then he puts his hand into the fourth rotation and he starts dialing it in, and he goes, "Don't worry about this one. Just keep going." I would like you all to start. Since Peach, you rolled the highest, please go ahead and go, as Beetles got really low.
Okay, well, Peach is going to jump up on this table. and at this one that is closest to the group, she's going to cast an Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
So that'd be a 12 to hit.
That will fail.
No.
As the beetle dodges out of the way and clicks at you in this weird ticking format.
Fucking beetles.
Peach is going to look at Minerva and whistle a little tune and give Minerva a bardic inspiration.
Alrighty then. Did you want to move anywhere else?
No, I'm going to stay right there.
Minerva, what would you like to start off with?
Okay, Minerva's going to move up right to right near this beetle here, and she's going to take a swing at it with her mace.
Go for it.
Oh, there it is. 21.
21 will hit the small beetle.
All right.
Well, the tiny beetle.
For 8 bludgeoning damage.
As you hit the beetle, you notice that its weird brassy hide actually shunts part of that off,
Interesting.
as they are resistant to bludgeoning.
Oh. Makes sense.
Did you
I
wish to do
believe-
anything else?
I believe that is the end of my turn.
All right. Scar, what would you like to do?
I would like to take my free action cry because Scar is terrified of bugs.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
And we'll go ahead and do this.
That will hit.
Oh man, are you serious?
As your chill touch reaches in and just like strokes its back for a moment.
Just enough to make him shiver. Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm too scared to touch you.
You want to do anything else?
I would like to.
Continue to cry.
Yeah, that too. Nah, as my bonus action, I'll activate Crimson Right on my crossbow.
That one doesn't cause you any pain or anything, right?
It does. I take a D4 when I use it.
Go right ahead.
No, because like when I fire it, I take a D4.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Sean, what would you like to try and do?
Pokey pokey, mate. I'm gonna assume that missed.
That will sadly miss this creature as it
Alright,
chitters out of the way, skittering amongst the feet.
Let's see if I can hit it with our free attack.
That will stab it.
One piercing.
All right. All right. Do you want to do anything else as you stab into this thing, but it almost dodges out of the way. You do catch a cogwheel or two.
Does that
I'm scared of them too.
does that activate sneak attack? Wait a minute. Don't I have advantage?
Technically, yeah, you should. You guys are flanking it.
Ah.
We'll count that first one as the first actual hit.
All right. Will you add 4 to that? The
Mhm.
first one would actually have my ability modifier.
Right. And then let's add the sneak attack real quick. Or the sneak damage.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Do I not have it yet? There it is.
Should be like 1d6 or something like that.
Another one.
All right.
All right. Now we'll call this our free attack.
Yes. That will hit as you do scratch at this bug. How much damage?
Much better than before.
As you finally catch the bug and it stops twisting and writhing, the legs break apart a little. And that is, I believe, the end of your turn.
Yep.
All right, Galleah, what would you like to do?
I would like to try to Eldritch Blast this one.
Go for it.
15?
15 does hit him.
Oh, good.
Or it, as it is a robot bug. Do they have a weird thing with force? No. As it takes the full hit, it screeches, and you can hear like metal colliding and tearing here and there.
Ooh.
It's still up. Looking super great though.
I think that's all I can do for this turn. Yep. That will end my turn.
Alrighty then. The bee, what would you like to do?
I will. No one's hit this one, right?
Galleah just did.
Oh, you glad was this. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll hop over there. And try to hit with my staff with Shillelagh. Shillelagh. As soon as I find it on my.
That is such a ridiculous word.
Shillelagh?
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. You're a ridiculous word.
You are correct.
24, that will hit the small bug.
Okay.
And squish it. Oh, damn.
You will shatter the small bug into tiny little
I'm
bits.
sorry.
Wow.
You want to do anything else as you shatter this bug and its clockwork bits are all strewn about and
No.
all right.
Loot it for spare parts.
You think B needs them?
I
At
don't
this
know.
point, that's when the professor
You're a little
goes,
small for
and
me.
it's done dialing in, and he hits up like a floating little button in front of him. Now for the challenge.
What?
As you hear a swarm of buzzing, vibrant colored insects. If anybody is trained in Arcana or insects, they may make a nature or Arcana check to know what this specific bug is.
I was going to say, how does one get trained in insects? But
I have proficiency in Arcana. That means I can do that.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about this at all.
Peach knows
You have a
nothing.
very sheltered life.
I have
That's fine.
proficiency in nature.
I don't either.
You could try and roll for it, yeah.
Peach is like, oh, look, it's pretty.
Oh, 30. I want to touch it.
You've kind of heard of insects that are vibrant in color. There are numerous. So many in all of the spectrum of living planar entities. So you're not entirely sure what this one is. Minerva, they look like scarabs in a way, but not normal scarabs, as they flash with like vibrant colors, and they actually, when they flash, runes are etched across their wing in this swarm. Scar, you have heard of this in a textbook somewhere. You've never seen them, but they are known as mana bane scarabs.
Sounds awful.
And you know that they are very, very hungry to wizards.
They're
And
gonna
they
eat our faces.
anything magical.
No touchy touchy.
All the touchy.
As the swarm looks around and goes after the... We're going to go after Peach first. The swarm just skitters and flutters towards you and really just buzzes. And it is a medium-sized swarm. So it looks like whenever it fully flies up, these tiny insects that are about 1 inch to 3 inches long a piece make up a swarm that's like 5 or 6 feet tall as it swarms up. And it goes into your square.
Okay.
It's all up in your business.
And it will make a bite attack, or they will make bite attacks at you. 22.
God damn. Yes, that hits.
15
I would like
damage
to
as they
use my
bite and
reaction.
rip out at you. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
I would like to use my reaction, please.
Okay, hold on a second. Peach, you've made the saving throw. You do not lose a leveled spell slot, as these things will
Oof.
hit your spell slots.
Fucking rude.
What is your reaction, Scar?
So it's blood curse of the eyeless. When a creature within 30 feet of you makes an attack, you can use your reaction to roll a d4 and subtract the results from their attack roll.
Okay.
Creatures who are immune to the blinded condition are immune to this curse, but
They can't be blinded.
rude. Then it doesn't matter, and y'all suck.
As swarms can't be blinded.
See,
Swarms
I'm
also
just
can't
like,
be charmed, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, knocked prone, restrained, or stunned, as they are a swarm.
says you.
Plus, I bet an 18 would still have hit her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're squishy, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're
Dang.
They're
actually
level twos.
squishy.
Peach is so
I tried, man.
squishy.
At least you're conscious of the reactions that you have, yes.
Yeah. I can amplify that too, but it hurts like a bitch.
By the way, everybody with a higher than 10 passive perception, which I believe is everybody, notice that as they bite at Peach, they're also just like next to the table desk, and they have eaten some of the books on the table that had magic in them. They
Termites.
do not care whether it's living magic or inanimate object blessed magics. They just eat it.
I
Peach,
see
it is
nothing.
your turn.
Okay, well. Peach is not got a whole lot she can do right there. If I move out of my square, that's not going to trigger an opportunity. Like if I just move next to them, like there, that wouldn't trigger an opportunity attack, would it?
It will.
Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go right back here. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Because that hurt.
Because that hurt. And then I'm also going to drink a healing potion as my bonus action. And that's
Okay.
going to be the end of my turn.
So, fun thing. They will use their mana erosion reaction as a spell was cast within their swarm. As you cast your spell, do you sing it?
I think I would have to.
Okay. As you sing the words, you see literally the magic of your words being eaten out of the air.
Well, this sucks.
As they, in a way, cast counterspell to consume a spell cast within their swarm. That's their only reaction.
Can I silvery barbs them? To undo their counter
they don't-
spell.
You cast it at like a level 1, so it's an automatic go through. They don't have to roll it.
Boo. Okay. I don't have any more. Oh, wait, yes, I
Sorry.
do.
But the healing potion is totally fine.
Okay. Well, I'm going to drink a healing potion, and that's going to be the end of my turn.
Yeah, these guys are really scary towards wizards.
But I'm not a wizard.
Or anybody who casts arcane magic.
Okay.
Or any magic, really. Minerva.
They're just really
What'd you
mean
like to
in
do?
general.
Yeah.
Minerva's going to move up here, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at them. Ooh.
Damn.
Okay. As you rear back and cast this guiding bolt, it flashes towards them. And they eat it in mid-flight.
I knew it.
As you learn another thing, they are immune to spells cast at them.
So we got to hit him.
Makes sense. Now I know. I
And knowing
I
half
wanted
the battle.
I wanted to test and make sure.
Yeah, but
So, if you cast direct object spells at them, they consume it.
man,
Very well. Next time I will walk up and whack them. That's really the end of my turn.
Scar, what would you like to do?
Scar will climb up on the table here and use her crossbow because spells ain't doing shit for us.
Go for it. That will hit them.
Alright, and then there's that. And then we add a d4 for the thing. And then I take that in damage as well. So that's 6 piercing and 2 necrotic.
You notice that the piercing doesn't fully hit them as they are a swarm, so they receive only half damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Grim, do you need to put my token behind them so you can do stuff?
Oh yeah, I guess that would probably be the best thing.
Yeah.
That would be smart.
There we go. As they are swarming over Peach, your crossbow bolt hits one, but the swarm is still strong. Do you want to move anywhere
Well-
or do anything else?
No. No, that's my turn.
All right, Sean, what would you like to do?
Pokey pokey, mate. So it kind of flanking because Peach is technically there behind some of
No.
them.
It does not count as flanking.
That'd have been cool though.
It's worth a shot.
Good try.
Mm-hmm. That will hit, though.
But I don't get my sneaky attacks. No sneaky attacks. I think it added the sneak attack in it anyways. Is 8, not 13.
Right. As you stab a few of them, one actually does go down. Its lights fade out. But the swarm is still up.
Second burst, same as the first.
That will also hit.
Well, that's just a plain. It ain't much damage.
As you nick a bug, and the swarm hisses and chitters.
That's all I got.
Galleah, what would you like?
You should get your sneak attack because she is within combat range of them.
Thought I had to have
I don't think that applies until later in the levels.
Yeah, I think that's at a higher level of like 3 or something.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to move up to the other side,
Yeah, I gotta have advantage for now.
and I'm going to use my trident.
Alrighty then.
And I'm going to miss. Oh, but I have advantage because I'm flanking, right?
Yes, you are flanking.
It's like, isn't that why I moved over there? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
18 will hit the swarm of insects.
Okay.
Level one sneak attack says you don't need advantage if at least one person is within 5 feet of the target, and as long as you're not incapacitated or have disadvantage.
Is that the 2024 one or the older one?
That is the 2024 one.
Okay, so we'll go with
believe
that one since it's better. And Sean, you could roll up some sneak attack while Galleah is rolling up her damage.
I'm using both my hands. I'm just like running up and jabbing it. So it's
Alright.
9 damage.
The 2014 one says the same thing. So
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yes.
I could have. I know I've gotten that mixed
The
up.
one it wasn't until later levels.
I thought so too. But it does
Good.
help out. So, Galleah stabbed it. Did you want to move anywhere else? Cast anything? I don't
No,
think you can.
I'm not going to bother.
All right. B, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna use wild shape. And I'm gonna turn into a big wolf spider. Big wolf spider.
Big bad wolf spider.
And then I'm
Big
gonna
bag spider board.
pop over here. Hey.
Giant wolf spider?
Yeah. Bitey. Bitey, bitey.
There you go. And it will be under summons. And she shifts into a big spider. Hope you all enjoyed that.
Oh,
Big mechanical
Thanks.
spider.
I hate it.
Scarlett doesn't.
All right, and you are attacking.
Yeah.
7 will sadly miss.
But we're flanking.
She technically isn't, if we're going
Okay.
rules as weirdly written for flanking.
Okay. I tried.
It is a weird notation, but that's
Hmm.
how they wanted it written.
They had plenty of opportunities to fix it,
Mhm.
but they didn't. So they must have meant it.
All right, it is the Mana Bane Swarm's turn. They'll make another attack at Peach. 14 to hit.
That. Hold on, let me double check. I think that hits. So. Yep, that hits me.
For 16 piercing, and I need you to make a...
I'm down.
Can I bobs that?
Normally, yes. However, this creature is immune to it,
How?
as it is a
Fuck
single
this
target
guy.
spell, and they're immune to single target spells. I forgot to mention this earlier, Peach. I need you to make a Dex saving throw and then Charisma save. I didn't really.
Do I still
read the
need to
full
make
thing.
them even though I'm down?
Yes,
Okay.
as the Dex save is on any magical items that you have.
I have none.
Okay, and then Charisma. You're fine on the Charisma save, and I believe. Yeah, I don't believe you have any magical items. Okay. As you fall unconscious, the swarm writhes all over you, and then it kind of lifts off and goes to pick a new target.
What a bitch.
Each, you are unconscious. I need a death save.
That's a fail.
At about this point, the professor looks out and goes, "This is just an educational forum, not a death house." And he slams his hand down, and the swarm disappears.
Oh man. I was gonna whip his ass and save Peach. It was gonna be awesome.
He goes, "Nobody should die within my class. I understand if you get hurt through educational means for self-defense, but I will not have you die on my watch." Speaking of such, he takes his hand and makes a rewind motion. And Peach, you are standing with the 11 hit points as he rewound that turn.
Cool.
Now, I hope you all enjoyed this experience. Please return to your seats. I know some of you might need to change anatomically to sit in your seat.
Spider Bee.
What if I wanted to attend class as a spider?
That would be hilarious, but I don't think you could really sit in the chair.
You got too many legs.
I can hang from the ceiling.
Peach is gonna drink her other healing potion.
Teach said your spidey butt's too big. It don't fit in the chair.
I said I was fat.
No, he said you were heavy.
You're a heavy woman.
I'm not heavy. I'll show you. And I start climbing up the wall.
Ba-na-na, ba-na-na.
Spider bee, spider bee.
But that is cool, B. I could do that too.
You're not, tell me you're not a vampire man. I don't believe you anymore.
I'm spider climbing the wall with B.
He's a vampire.
Creepy. He's a vampire.
I
100%.
spider climb and that makes me a vampire?
Yes.
Vampires can do that too.
So can spiders.
Yeah,
B is
but
going in. Is
you
she a vampire?
Are you actually a spider?
no, but like V's actually a spider, so it's different.
I think this is some sort of subtle racism.
I don't think you're a vampire.
Thank you, Galleah. Minerva says I was not a vampire, and Galleah said I'm not a vampire. Why must I face against Scarlett the Accuser?
Oh, just ignore her.
Everybody else
scared.
does.
She's just the jealous type.
She's
Are
just
you
paranoid
upset
about
that I can
vampires.
climb?
She probably got bit in the neck by somebody at some point. No, she's just paranoid.
Oh, she had the bad experience with a boy. I see.
Mhm.
Now, class, this is the end of the day, and your group did a far better time of surviving the trials than the other groups, which are all going straight to the nurse's station for some much heat-needed bandaging.
Oof.
As one of the groups fell to the basic bug first.
Oh dang.
Oh.
That would be Rosie's group, sadly. She
That
was
explains a
terrified
lot.
of insects and ran from the room.
There.
Since you did so well and included and survived the bonus challenge, that was the mana swarm, to cause you a bit of grievance, I will reward you greatly. And he makes a box-like gesture with his hands, and his left hand opens the lid, so to speak, and out of it a puff of smoke, and in front of each one of you at the table is an item.
Ooh. What it is?
So we will start off with Peach, as her item's at the top of my little list here.
Britism.
The Tism. I
Echo
don't think the Tism is an
Caster
item.
Mic.
Ooh.
A little room-covered mic. That includes a
Fancy.
plethora of little flavored things. It is a very sleek rune-inscribed microphone, hums faintly with arcane resonance, and it captures your voice perfectly every time. Whether you're whispering a lullaby or belting out a thunderous performance, it does perfectly every time. This microphone counts as a spellcasting focus for all bard spells.
Ooh.
As a bonus action, you can activate the mic to amplify your voice magically for 1 minute. It can be heard up to 300 feet away, even through walls. Water, really. Anything that kind of cancels it out, it can be heard 300 feet away. Performance and persuasion checks made
Graham
using
cutting
your...
out for anybody else.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Really? I hear him fine.
Oh, for me, he's cutting out. I don't know if it's my headphones or not.
Is it
Huh.
better?
Maybe?
Mm,
I'll tell you
okay.
after you talk some more.
Right. Performance and persuasion checks made using your voice during this time, whenever you are amplifying it for a minute, have advantage. This recharges on a short or long rest.
Cool.
Once per long rest, you may cast a bard spell that focuses on a creature to make a charisma, wisdom, or intelligence saving throw. And you can echo the magic through the mic. You can choose a second creature within 10 feet, such as Dissonant Whispers. You can cast on 2 people
Okay.
once per long rest. Once on a short rest, you may mic drop. As a reaction, when you succeed on a performance check in combat, such as when you perform Cutting Words, Enthrall, or some similar spell, you may unleash a pulse of thunderous energy from the mic. All hostile creatures within 10 feet must succeed on a con saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you, taking 1d6 thunder damage as well.
Okay.
Nice.
You may also have the mic float next to you. Like, you could just activate it and it floats near you. And it adapts to your aesthetic. So it actually changes to what you want it to look like. So it could be pink
Oh, it's pink then.
with frills and all that fun jazz, and it glows slightly each time you sing a note or spell through it.
It's 100% pink. Love that.
Now,
Thank you.
for Scar,
Yeah, sure.
you have the Crucible Fang.
Ooh.
It is what appears to be a large fang jammed onto a hilt of black iron. It appears to be like a massive vampire fang of some sort. This dagger is forged from the fang of a vampiric beast and quenched in cursed alchemical blood. This jagged dagger pulses faintly with latent thirst. When drawn, the air grows colder, and the blood of enemies calls to it. It is a +1 magical dagger. It deals 1d4 piercing +1 necrotic damage. It counts as magical for overcoming resistances and immunities as that such, and may be used as your Crimson Right weapons. Thirsting Cut. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with this dagger and your Crimson Right is active on it, you regain 1 hit point if the creature is a creature with blood.
Sweet.
Blood Echo, 2 a long rest. As a bonus action, you may siphon echoes of pain from a bleeding enemy. Target a creature within 30 feet that is missing hit points, and that creature must make a con save. On a failed save, you could choose one of the following. You can learn the creature's current hit points and any resistances or vulnerabilities, force the creature to have disadvantage on its next save, or the next Hemocraft die you roll is maximized.
Awesome.
Sanguine Bond. When you reduce a creature to 0 hit points with this dagger, you may immediately apply your Crimson Right to another weapon you are holding without taking the damage or spending the action. So it helps if you're dual wielding. This thing, while you're holding it, does whisper things to you of eating, and of chewing and thirsting. And it does drip blood constantly, no matter how much you clean it.
Okay. So keep it away from Sean.
Do
Galleah.
not drink blood.
You receive the Heart of the Drowned Deep. This black pearl, veined with silver, pulses with oceanic energy and whispers primordial when held underwater. The air around it smells faintly of salt and kelp.
Just like home.
When you are attuned to it, you have Breath of the Abyss. You can breathe underwater and gain a swim speed equal to your walking speed. While underwater, you also gain Dark Vision out to 60 feet, or plus 30 feet if you already have Dark Vision. Drowned Whispers. You may cast Dissonant Whispers once without expending a spell slot using your Warlock spell save. The target hears something of a haunting from the deep. They also take an additional 1d4 cold damage at the start of their next turn. Abyssal Grasp. As an action, you can summon a ghostly tentacle to lash out. You can choose a target within 30 feet. This recharges on a short or long rest. So you can use it once. And it deals like 1d8 cold damage at the start of each of their turns while they're being held by the tentacle. You may also store Warlock spells in it.
Wonderful.
Groovy.
However, the stored spells only cast Armor of Agathis at the level that you stored into it. So if you stored a level 1 spell, it cast. Well, I mean, you're a warlock, so you charge it up with your highest spell slot. So it casts it at whatever spell slot that you charge it with. And then the pearl is rumored to be a fragment of a kraken's eye. Occasionally, whenever you're submerged in salt water, it sings lullabies. And it seems while you're holding it in your palm, it seems to like float there, almost as if it's on water itself.
Just like my hair.
The next item is for Sean.
Oh, it's for me?
The Hourglass Key.
Yay. Okay.
This key with an hourglass is ornate gold. Contains the tiny little hourglass suspended in its bow, and sand trickles unnaturally slow through the glass. And if you flip it, the air shimmers around it faintly. Temporal Twist. Once a short rest. As a reaction, when you fail a dexterity saving throw or miss with a weapon attack, you may rewind time slightly. You roll the saving throw or attack roll. You must use the second result, though. You can use this feature once per short rest, i.e. it gives you 1 point of luck. Ghost Step. You can step between seconds, briefly vanishing from sight. As a bonus action, you become invisible until the start of your next turn. This invisibility ends early if you attack or cast a spell. You may use this ability a number of times equal to your dex. That, I think I meant to remove that one. This one was supposed to be recharged if you spend, like, spell slots. Passive perks. You can lock or unlock mundane locks instantly as a bonus action, as long as you have these tools in your hand. You have advantage checks to discern the timing of traps, pressure plates, or moving mechanisms. And then it has additional features after certain levels. Now, our next item is for B. It is the Beehive Cannon. This arm-mounted contraption appears to be a mechanical hive infused with alchemical pheromones and a small swarm of your bees.
Yeah.
It has a range of 30 to 60 feet. You may fire bees that cause 1d6 piercing damage. You don't have to worry about reloading it, as it is bees. It's just your bees. Once a short rest, you may unleash Buzz Barrage as an action. Within a 15-foot cone, you just release a hive of bees. Each creature in the cone must make a dex save. On a failed save, they take 2d6 piercing and have disadvantage on their next attack. It leaves a swarm of bees behind under the control of you. And at like 5th level, it does some additional things.
Bees?
Yeah. They will be underneath. Where did I put them? They are now underneath your summons folder. So right underneath the giant wolf spider, you can see swarm of bees.
Oh.
The bees buzz louder when danger is near, if they're paying attention. And then once per day, you may cast Speak with Animals, but bees only.
Only speak with the bees. But every time I fire it, I can shout, "Release the bees."
Release the bees.
Hello, bees.
Now, there are no additional magical items. Professor looks at you, Minerva. I do apologize. Your item was delayed in shipping. It will be on its way soon. I.e., due to the weird tornado that happened, I did not get back to your magical item.
No worries.
You so could have played that off as he sucks so bad in the classes that he doesn't get one.
I mean, he did, but I feel that would be a little rude.
Nah, like he gets one later when he proves that he can do shit.
She's on the winning team, so
I just find in one of my classes. Yes, the other two that I roll.
Who's gonna install B's new arm?
I feel like B should be the best person to do that. Yeah.
Javanish.
You
Absolutely
want
not. That man is a blood mage.
Shh, they don't know yet, B. We haven't had the chance to tell them.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if we
If
should speak
anybody
in front of so
needs-
many.
If anyone needs assistance in attuning to their objects or needs a lesson on it, feel free to ask, or if they need help installing said new arm.
Oh, help me install my arm.
Certainly. And he walks over and he pulls out like a small pack of tools. And he installs your arm without a problem.
Thank you.
Are the mechanical beetles still there?
Yeah, for the most part they are.
I'm gonna sweep them up into my haversack.
Okay.
These might be fun to play with later.
Yeah, mechanical beetle parts. Yeah, 2 of them. Not a problem.
Ruby.
We are at the end of the school day, so this is a perfect time for a bio break. If everybody is fine with that, we will come back in about
Yes.
5 minutes. Is everyone back?
Never left?
yes.
I'm here.
Alrighty then. As the class winds down, lighter out of the way. As the class winds down, you are released to your respective end of day jubilations. Wherever you wish to go, what do you wish to do at the end of the day? We'll start off with B. What would you like to do at the end of the day?
I'm gonna go see Sean. And I'm gonna go up to him and say, should we tell the others about, what we saw in the library? Or, I guess, found in the library?
I think we should. Although I'm a little worried about Scarlett. She is very obsessed with blood. But I feel like they
That's
are
okay.
genuine.
I'll talk to Scarlett. I don't have any blood, so it should be okay.
That's fair. But I feel like they are genuinely trying to be friends. So we should try to be friends with them, yes?
Sure.
Okay. So let's invite everybody to cafeteria and have some food and discuss this matter.
You do also know that there is a tavern near the biblioplex.
Oh, yeah, there is it. Let's go there. Let's go to the tavern. I forgot that we had one of those.
Is everyone headed to the tavern?
If I'm
Sure.
invited, I'll go.
We are inviting everyone.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me put some down here. Nope. Let me do that.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, the screen just got so bright.
The light, it burns.
Change the sounds here because we're no longer in a battle.
I mean, historically, me and Bob have always had fun in taverns, so it could be a battle.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna play baseball with the chairs again?
Oh, Lord.
Fuck yeah.
It is a college bar.
And we have a college bard.
But not Dutch.
Hey,
Lame.
no one asked you, accuser.
Yeah, well, nobody's talking to you, vampire.
I'm not the vampire. I'm Sean.
Nope, that's special items.
Yeah, Sean the vampire.
No. Sean. Sean Kane. I'm from Archipelago, remember?
He's Shaun of the Dead.
Sounds like a vampire place to me, but okay.
Isn't an archipelago a little bit too sunny for vampires?
Oh, they're just lovely, though.
Remember, I am from Dominaria. Yes, I told you this.
Yes, I was definitely paying attention with the ale flowing.
Yes. Let us find table for all of us. Yes?
For all of us. It'd have to be like,
Up here.
yeah.
I feel like Peach would be expert at this.
If you want to discuss something, you're going to want to be in the back.
Oh, yes. Yes, we need to make discussions.
Everybody want ale? I'll go grab us all some ale.
I
Of
thought you
course.
made your own ale.
Well, yeah, but if we're here, I'm going to buy it.
Oh no, Bihi, you're on top of me.
She's very tiny. It'll be okay. I'm sure you're strong enough to hold her up.
Peach is going to go to the bar and order ale for everyone, and she's going to carry all 6 of the big giant glasses back to the table.
Where
This
is
is the bar.
Minerva?
Is B standing on
Minerva
top of her too?
Did Minerva not get placed down? Hold on.
I don't see
There
anything,
you
so
go.
I don't think so.
Minerva's blind!
There we go.
I think.
How about now?
Yes, now I see everything.
So B has merged with Scar. Galleah has made her way in here. We just wait on Minerva.
Oh hey, there I am.
Peach, as you go up to the bar, you see Javanesh, Stout Claw, there trying to serve drinks one-handed, while the other bartender, this burly gentleman with a actual metal helmet on, he has a shield next to like the bar, like leaning up with this massive battle axe near it, but he keeps his helmet on at all times. And he is currently chastising Stout Claw. You have to slowly... I know you broke your wrist, but you gotta slowly pour it in, not shakily like you're having a seizure.
Okay. Peach just instinctively jumps back here and says, "Can I help you out real quick?"
As long as you know how to do it better than the seizure procedure boy here.
Seizure
Peach very
procedure.
quickly pours 16 beers, grabs them all, and takes them to all the patrons in the bar. And the last 6
I would like
to
you
hear
to
her companions.
give me a check. What do you think would be the best check for you?
I have no idea. But Pete, because this is what she did for a living, so she has lots of
I
experience.
feel like
Sleight of hand.
performance.
Let's see. We
I
could
could
either do sleight of
performance.
hand. Ooh, performance.
I think
You want to add
performance would be
a
good.
jig into that? Go for it.
Can I have advantage since this was my, like, whole thing? Grim.
I don't see why not, as your backstory did come with this.
20.
Let's go.
As you do deliver everybody's drinks, the armored fellow, you can't tell if he's smiling or whatnot, but he does have his arms crossed. Jonish tries to cross his arms and remembers that he broke his arm, and he just scowls at you. And the armored figure looks down at Jonish and whispers something to him, and Jonish literally squawks like a straight up squawk, owl squawk, and he just hops the bar and starts walking out.
Aww. I didn't want to get him fired. I just wanted to help him out.
Having the worst day.
Right?
And as you are all gathered, what would you all like to do?
Chug,
Gentlemen,
chug,
friends.
chug, chug, chug.
Hold on, Scar. Slow down. You can chug in a second. B and I needed to discuss something with you. But I'm going to have to let
That's
B explain it because she knew more about it than I did.
Oh, well, you know how everybody was hanging out last night and drinking and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, after most everybody went to bed, I noticed that there was a guy who was pretending to sleep for some reason nearby. I'm not really sure why, but Sean here, when we went to talk to him, Sean picked his pockets and found this weird stone with like runes all over it.
It was silver
So,
disc with red runes.
yeah. We brought it to a professor, and the professor said that it was some kind of communication rune with blood mages, and that they were real dangerous and shouldn't be messed with. And that guy was, the one who just ran out of the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems pretty shady because he's like, can't really do anything. Well, not well anyway.
I'm not really sure why he was spying on us, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe we should just be a little cautious around him.
Keep our eyes on him.
Seems like a good point.
I agree.
That's so
Okay, now you can
weird.
chug your beer.
Indeed.
Chug, 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 chug.
If you do so, I would like a Constitution saving throw.
Motherfucker. My, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
Each you are drunk.
Yeah, it's not.
Just roll high.
I have schmelled.
Sean, you are also drunk. Scar, you're not drunk as yet. Galleah, you are drunk.
Some
Minerva's
strong
just-
strong beer.
Minerva's just
I'm
going to
not
sit
drunk
there.
because I've been drinking all day.
Bee just sits there and stares at the full mug.
Do you even need to drink, B?
No, I can't eat or drink, which makes me
Aw.
sad. I don't have any of the honey that they made with meadery.
Oh, I'll help you with that. Take her
Well, she
drink
does
too.
an amazingly good job for someone that cannot taste the mead that she makes. But I think
Technically, my
Minerva
job
was
was to
trying
look
to
after
taste
the
something.
bees, but
Yes?
Hmm?
I think Minerva was trying to say something, but we all stepped on that.
I was just saying that Minerva's just going to drink her slowly. She's not going to chug it.
Terrible college students.
I think you mean the best college students.
The best. We are the best. We're the best because we're we
You drunk, Galleah. Shut up.
don't tell me to shut up. I don't tell you to shut up.
You do with your face all the time.
No, I don't. We're the best because we winded today.
Winded.
We did. Winded.
We did win today.
We winded.
We
We
winded.
winded hard.
Ooh. Do I notice
Peach was
the
so winded she was
guy
down.
come up behind us?
Who's behind us? What?
The bartender.
there's a helmet.
Who's that?
The big scary guy.
Is that his name? The helmet?
Must be.
a
Lord
good name.
Helmet?
Do you
Ludicrous.
think his helmet is attached to him like mine is?
Maybe.
I don't know. Should we ask him?
I dare you.
At about this point, that is when the armored figure walks up, as you are all talking about him walking up.
Yeah.
All just like staring him down as he walks towards us.
And you can't
Hello.
tell if he's staring you back down. He looks at your menagerie and goes, "You are all... I mean, hello. I am Tok the Bulk.
Yes,
Bubble.
you are.
I run the bar, in association with Curdy Axe Chucker, who is our cook. I am just the bartender. But I have just recently lost an assistant, and was wondering if your fine singer here, and he points at Peach, would be willing to be hired by me."
A job? Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Peach
Do
needs
we
money.
get free drinks because of it?
Yeah.
No. Discounted,
Well.
maybe. Free,
Oh, okay.
no.
What
I
if
cannot.
I-
Heavily discounted.
Discounted is good enough for me.
What if I can make my own ale? Can they still just drink for free if it's just my ale?
The policy of the school states that you must drink within the confines of the tavern provided by the ale of the said tavern, so we may actually reach recompense or actual stipulation of salaries. However, what you do within your own rooms, while we cannot see, I cannot rightly condone, condemn, or confer that you have done anything wrong.
How much do you pay for she's like half drunk, right? How much do you pay for ale from your vendor?
So he just got a lot less interesting.
How much do you pay
Sorry,
for
I was
ale?
required to say that from the dean. Now, how much do I actually pay to make ale?
Yeah.
Well, I do the same thing you do, so no.
Okay. But so what if I can also make ale? Then you have to make less. You don't have to work as hard.
And then we drink for free.
And they drink for free.
Huzzah!
Hoorah.
Give me a persuasion check with
Okay.
disadvantage as you are drunk.
Yeah, but she's got all of us backing her up.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and I'm not drunk, so can it be straight?
can it be straight?
No.
Damn it. Persuasion.
That's still not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Again, I can't state it's free. It can be heavily discounted.
Okay, okay.
But,
Heavily discounted price of 0.
and that is
Whatever.
just between you and my associate, if she takes the job.
Well, all I've ever done is work in taverns, so sure, sounds great.
All right. I will give you a list of the menu options and charge them as you see fit.
Sweet.
Chug, 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 chug.
Check, check.
Now,
Toast
enjoy
to
your night
Peach's new
as you're
job.
Already drunk. And he goes back to the bar.
Yay.
But Peach, you now have a job on campus.
Yay!
Ooh, fancy.
I can send money back home to my 7 brothers and sisters.
Yay.
We get to drink for free.
Yay!
Yay.
Everybody
Yay.
wins.
All right, okay.
Well, not free, but at the very least, discount price.
Mostly.
No, Scar's decided as it's free. In her head, it's free, regardless.
Right. Contrary to reality.
So,
Whatever we get discounted gets taken off of her paycheck.
I mean, Peach doesn't really care. She's drunk right now. Cool.
what would you all like to be doing? As some folks are starting to leave the tavern.
I wonder if that guy's gonna get mad at me because I took his job.
I mean, like, he can get mad. He can just be quiet about it.
He can
Okay.
get glad.
I mean, if he gets mad and attacks you, we'll just break his other arm.
Okay.
Might find himself flying out another window.
A higher one this time.
Mm.
So what are we doing now? That we're all drunk.
I'm drunk.
I don't know. Scar's still not drunk yet.
I pour
So drink some more?
I just pour Scar another ale.
Yes. And now she's drunk. Hurrah.
Yay!
Nice.
She caught up to us.
Good job.
Is everybody
Ready?
else
Not my
drinking?
fault.
Sure.
Okay. I would like
Can't drink,
another
I'm a
round.
robot.
Right. I would like everybody to give me another round of Constitution saving throws who are already drunk.
If I stop
I am
drinking, do I
still
still
drunk.
need to give you a Constitution saving throw?
If you drink any more after the first roll, yes.
Okay.
Minerva will pass.
Peach would, after she got the job offer, Peach would not drink at the tavern.
You don't shit where you eat.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Sean and Galleah, you are a lot
White girl
more
wasted.
drunk.
Hell yeah.
You are not just like poisoned for the next hour or two, as the others are, which is like disadvantage on attacks and saving throws and stuff like that. You are also exhausted.
Oof.
So you have 1 point of exhaustion apiece.
I miss the ocean so much.
Galleah, are you feeling all right? You're looking a little pinker than usual.
Oh, is that bad? Do I look bad? Oh no.
No, you don't look bad. You just look different. Are you sure you're okay?
You're a little flushed.
Should probably go lie down. Ooh.
Yeah, we should probably all make our ways back to the dorm.
Yeah.
See. Passive perceptions after drinking or super drunk. Is that okay?
Super drunk.
Super drunk.
So, B, you're the only one who's not drinking.
Mhm.
Right?
B can't
Mhm.
drink.
What is your passive perception?
Pretty high because I'm a druid, but let me check.
Yes, she is a Druish princess.
16.
16. You notice that most of the other students have cleared out of the bar. Tulk, the bulk, is just like cleaning some glasses, picking up a keg and filling it with his bare hand, the same way that Peach has done by casting
Lord.
her Eldritch Blast. But one student, Aurora Luna, the rest of her friend group has left the bar, but she stayed, and then she got up and started walking towards like this side of the room. She looks around and then dives into the corner.
Suspicious?
Lord Helmet's not gonna try to kidnap our Jewish princess, is he?
What are you talking about, Sean?
I
Hold
don't
on,
even
hold
know
on.
anymore.
Galleah, why don't you sit here for a minute with the others? I want to go check something.
Galleah just collapses into the chair.
And I'll go over there. I don't know if you want me to move it on the map.
Yes, please.
I'll follow B because I'm up for an adventure.
Because you're drunk.
We're going on an adventure.
And I'll try to be stealthy, but I do have a drunk person tagging along. So
Exactly.
all right. So she was over here.
Mm-hmm.
And dived into the corner. So I'm assuming one of these two rooms.
You know that the one ahead of you does say ladies' room. And you guys were hanging out next to the gentleman's room.
That explains the smell.
Okay.
And this other door says kitchen. And you are next to the other side of the kitchen.
I think we should pick this one. And I'll go barreling through the kitchen door.
As you barrel
okay.
into the kitchen, what are you doing, B? Barreling into?
I'm gonna follow her because she. I don't want her to hurt herself in the kitchen.
As you barrel into the kitchen, you see a plain, pleasant-looking woman who looks up from afar. You don't notice right away, but B, you do, that there's like a couple scars down her neck of like slash or cutting scars. And she holds up a meat cleaver and she looks over at you all and goes, "Patrons to the front! Otherwise the Mythics get angry." And she points at these 4 pots in the back, and you can see little faces underneath the pots that are cackling to each other. And they're singing, and they're like singing a little tune of "Hi ho, off to cook some food we go."
Scar starts
Sorry,
dancing along.
But they stop
My
when they
friend-
see you, and then cackle, "Are we to cook you?"
No.
Alright, Scar, I think we should leave here.
Okay. Just Just wanted some
I'll
pizza.
just pull her back out.
All right. Before we do anything else, what's the rest of the party doing?
Didn't you say this was the men's room up here?
Yes, it is the men's room. As you look into this chamber, you notice that these are doors into the restrooms.
So what is this one?
That leads outside.
Oh.
And so, I was cleaning the beach one day and I found this big shell and I picked it up. It was really heavy. It shouldn't have been so heavy. And she passes out.
I feel like she'd start snoring too.
Would Peach still be drunk at this point since she stopped drinking after the...
Yes, this has only been maybe an hour.
Okay.
You'd still be a little drunk.
So I'm gonna just try to make sure that, like, Galleah doesn't fall out of her chair.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Minerva, did you want to do anything?
No, I'm just gonna keep an eye on these two here, and make sure that nothing happens. Bee's got it over there, and Sean should be okay. I think he's just going to the bathroom, so.
Yeah, what trouble can he get into in the bathroom?
Right.
Have
What's
you
your armor
met
class, Sean? What's your armor class?
Mine?
Yeah.
15.
Okay. All right. Bee and Scar, what would you like to do?
I've been attacked by a poo.
Let me check the ladies' room real quick.
A toilet hidden as a mimic.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or mimic hidden
no.
as a toilet.
Joke's on him.
That's gonna be the that's gonna be the theme. Every time we play, we fight one mimic.
As you,
I was paranoid about mimics.
as you come into the ladies' room, you hear... Scar doesn't really hear it all that much before she barrels a little bit farther than you, Bee. But Bee, you hear people making out.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh, they getting it on.
Bee's a peeper.
Peeping bee.
She grew up in isolation, so she came in and she'd probably be like, "Are you
What
guys
you
okay?
doing?"
Why are you jumping on your faces like that?"
So, as you round that corner and you don't hide or anything like that, you do see Aurora Luna Winterstar.
Goth GF. Okay, got it.
Making out with this gentleman
Oh.
in the restroom.
Oh.
Oh, honey, you gotta have some self-respect.
He has exotic taste.
He makes her laugh.
And as they are
He's
just
got a great
making
personality.
out,
Ugly boys
you
need loving too.
do you guys do anything as you just see them making out?
Um,
They're having a tongue battle.
I'm gonna eyeball them real hard because I feel like there's something up with this duty whacker.
Well, we did find a guy hiding mimics. A guy with frog hands.
So, do you want an insight check?
Oh, I went with investigation.
It would be more insight, or you just look clocking his physical experience. physical
Yeah,
appearance.
I bet it is a
It's
physical
not a physical
experience.
experience. No, I'll
One at
do
a time.
insight. I'll do insight. Where is that? That button there.
Okay, it's the same roll. His demeanor is almost like he's been thrown off guard for a moment. Wasn't expecting the full-on make-out session. Like he was just manhandled by her. Woman handled?
She's like, I likes you. I wants you. I was gonna have you. You can do this the easy way or the hard way. Your choice.
Can I do an
Hey.
insight check?
What would you like to insight for?
I want to know if she started kissing him because she heard us coming.
Was she trying to eat him? Is she one of
Roll for
Sean's
that.
friends?
I mean,
infer
I
that
hope
possibly.
this was a planned rendezvous. Otherwise, why the hell is there a boy frog in the girl toilet?
Because she dragged him in.
No, she didn't. She met him in there. She was all
You don't
alone
know
until
that, B. You don't know what they're doing.
So, B, please give me an insight check.
insight check. Why are my rolls all shite today?
You're not entirely
the-
sure if it's just they're snogging to be snogging or if it was a planned ruse. You're not entirely sure. But there's a lot of tongue action going on.
I imagine so. He's a
What's my
frog.
tongue do though? Anyway, we're gonna come in and I'm gonna be like, sorry, my friend is a real drunk and needs to use the bathroom.
I got to
Please.
pee.
And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll be going. And they
Yeah,
just
'cause
dip
this-
out the back.
There's like more hygienic places you could do this.
I feel like Scar has no experience with that either. I need an insight.
I got
check.
nothing.
I'm gonna need an insight. check. I don't trust Scar.
As Aurora and her frog friend dip out the back.
Right, noted. Aurora and
And
Frog Boy
frog ear.
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You
Yeah, you are
do
indeed most
B. You do see before she closes the door that she whispers something to the frog, but you can't tell what it is per se, unless you could read lips. But
You don't know what B can do.
he does
She's a
rush
robot of
away.
meat.
That was definitely not
Kosher.
not what it seemed to be.
Seems to be a lot of that happening.
Seems like there are a lot of weirdos in this school.
Yeah,
Not
you'd think after it like burned down, they'd be a little bit more selective of who they let in.
We're not.
Anyway,
We're
we should go back to the others and make sure no one's drowned in their own vomit or something.
Good plan. Let me wash my hands.
As you head back to the rest of the party, what do you all wish to do?
I'm gonna run up and say, hey, Sean, I think we found one of your vampire friends trying to eat a frog.
They said there is no frogs here. Remember? I found
No, there was a
froggy-
frog.
No. I found the froggy prince. Remember, I found the froggy prince. And the guy said, there are no frogs at this school this year. I checked. No frog teachers, no frog students.
I mean, she's
Ooh.
a frog, so
Remember the mimic? The evil
I remember.
treasure chest? Yes, I did the
Mm.
spell and it had the froggy prints on it.
I think one of
Well,
our class was having a suspicious meeting with him.
Did you follow them?
Yes.
Where did they go?
They went into the bathroom.
No, I mean after that.
They went outside the other door of the bathroom.
But okay. So we don't know where they are now.
They're
No,
outside the bathroom.
They're still outside the bathroom?
No,
probably not.
maybe.
I feel like they're suspicious and we should take a look at them. But I need to sober up.
Yeah. I'm gonna
B,
poke Galleah and make sure she's still alive.
B, can you or Peach
Oh.
maybe the spells to sober?
Peach's cure wounds and healing word. Would that sober anybody up?
No, ma'am.
Sadly, no.
Okay.
It
Lesser
is
restoration.
The spell required to do that is level 2. It is above our pay grade at the moment.
Mm,
Yeah,
Well
I'm
then.
not high enough level to have that yet.
Peach looks at Sean and goes, "My job is usually just to get people drunk, and I need to go the other way around."
I mean, like, you achieved that.
Yes, you are very good at your job.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Just wish something would have notified me before I got verschnicked. Maybe I could have followed them. I don't think I
Eh,
could follow them now.
that's fine. You
You're
should probably get
drunk,
Galleah to bed
you're
anyway.
stealthy when you're drunk.
You said I'm more stealthy drunk. I don't know. B.
That was not what I said.
Oh, good.
I
'Cause
said I
don't.
didn't know how stealthy you would be drunk.
Good, because I don't know how stealthy I would be. Be drunk. Be drunk. Be drunk. Be drunk either.
Maybe we should just go back to the dorms and sober up, and then we can keep an eye on her later.
Yeah, it's what B said.
Sounds like a
Smart.
good idea.
Who's gonna carry Galleah?
Is anybody strong?
I
am
I
not.
could probably carry her.
We have a
Probably
group
turn
of
her into a
weaklings.
spider and carry her. Wrap her up in a nice cocoon.
Unless I do another con save to see if I wake up.
Another comfy cocoon. Put her in a comfy
Galleah,
cocoon.
you can
B.
go ahead and make that con save with disadvantage.
I'm pretty sure I could probably carry her. My strength is 16. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should be.
We could ask Mr. Helmet too.
I bet she'd
You
like
can
that. She was
groggily
partial
wake
to
up.
him. Hey, Galleah, do you want to see if Lord Helmet will carry you to the room?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Who's the most persuasive?
That would be the one that got us drunk.
Ah,
Points at Beach.
Can I go ask if my new boss will carry my friend to her room?
Sure.
tell him she's quite schmitten and partial to his appearance.
Like, my friend
He's-
over here is pretty drunk, and we don't know if we can get her back.
She's pretty and she's drunk.
He chuckles. It happens the first night every time. Somebody
also-
just can't hold it. I'll carry him.
Very, very, she's very modest too.
Thank you.
And
Hoorah!
picks
Huzzah.
Galleah up with one hand.
He's like super strong.
She's like, "Ooh, you're a strong boy."
Yeah, picks Galleah up with one hand.
Now Peach is more a sucker for a pretty face, and we can't see his face, so because of the helmet.
Scar just starts hop, skipping, and jumping, dancing the way home.
Scar's drunk too.
Yeah,
So
that's why she's
you all
dancing her way home.
And B
Make it
will
to the-
ensure that she stays on track. She'll keep dancing,
Smart.
but
Smart.
you all make it back to the Scriptura collections, which is your entry into your actual dorms. The bulk does carry Galleah through the Astro towards her chambers.
Ooh, get it, Galleah.
The bulk.
no, she's drunk. That wouldn't be ethical.
Right. But as he's carrying me, can I see his face? Like, just
Like peek under the helmet.
yeah.
Some
Give
things are
me
better left unknown.
Perception with disadvantage.
Just roll high.
Just roll high. No worries. Just
Yeah.
roll high. 15's not too bad.
You do see parts of his face. Here. Make sure
Maybe.
I'm seeing.
Maybe he's just too handsome and it would be too distracting for everybody. And that's why he has to cover his face.
That's
I mean,
gotta
why
be
does
it.
everyone have to go so negative all the time?
You can
But
feel
like,
that.
imagine the tips he'd get.
I was gonna say he does appear to be human, a very barbaric, brutish type, long hair and a beard of sorts. But for the most part, you can't quite see all of his features.
New team goal to find out what he looks like.
100%.
Okay.
But he does lead you to your room, places you gently down, and opens the door for you.
Okay, thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Okay then, bye bye
You'll
now.
welcome and enjoy the night. And he turns and he leaves. The rest of the crew, what are you all doing as you helped escort Galleah and the bulk back home?
I think Scar's gonna go set up her pixie traps again. Now that she knows she needs to add like sweet treats and
Are
and
you
stuff to
sober
them.
enough for that?
No, but it'll still be fine. What's the worst that could happen?
No, but it'll be fine. Yo, okay. Go ahead, drunkie. I imagine that they am just wandering around since no one was making sure that my drunk behind was going what I was supposed to.
B will make
Wait.
sure that Scar gets to her room and then she will start looking for Sean.
Peach is stumbling to her room, and she's gonna sleep.
Okay. So everybody just going off to their rooms.
I guess eventually, when I am found by B.
So, Sean, you're just like wandering about.
Yep.
Okay, give me a perception with disadvantage at the moment.
Yep. I don't think it's going to be a very good roll, boss. It's a 5.
Okay.
I got a 5, boss.
You're pretty bleary-eyed, so you don't really see a lot other than moving bookshelves. You kind of see Javish out of the corner of your eye towards one of the tables, but you can't tell what he's doing. Same with
This
like
guy. This
you
guy
saw
again.
Aurora like moving away from the bar on her own towards like where everybody else was. But that was before you even got here. And Javish is kind of like here, kind of at a table doing something on his own, but you can't tell what it is.
Minerva is going to just wander around the room and just read some books.
Minerva, you can give me a perception check as well, as you're just like reading books.
Ooh, that one.
Okay, you're pretty focused on those books.
I'm going to.
You pick up a book to read it. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, as it is a book that was meant for a different section of the library that was accidentally placed here.
It was some of Scar's
17.
smut.
As you open the book screams at you. You make the saving throw. You have a
know
headache,
that
but
you-
it's not something that causes psychic damage at the moment.
I know that you probably meant that the book should be in like a special area, but the way you phrased that, it made it sound like he was going to take mental damage from the fact that someone put the book in the wrong.
Yeah.
How could
Yeah.
they put this book in the wrong boot? Suddenly Minerva
can't even.
has become Galleah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
My
But it
brain
screams
cannot
at it.
comprehend this disrespect to the bibliotecas.
This
I-
does not compute.
After it screams at her, Minerva's gonna shake her head and go, "I'm not certain this is supposed to be here." She's gonna see if she can go find one of the faculty members.
At this late hour, it takes you
What's
a
the
while.
title?
Resonant Screams
Okay.
and How to Dissuade Them.
Oh man, I thought it was going to be a porno.
If I can't find anyone, I will just take it back to my room and hand it over to someone in the morning. Then
Okay. Give me a perception check to try or investigation. Yeah, investigation. Let's do investigation. To
Okay.
find a faculty or at least a robot to help you.
Find the nearest adult.
19.
I need an adult.
Doesn't take you long, actually. You don't really find faculty, but you do find one of those, it's like a librarian robot, a Magitech robot that does take the book from you. It chirps happily and then starts carrying it off to where it's supposed to go, as they
One
are
of
auto
these cuts.
sorters.
Thank you, sir.
One of these little cousins.
And I will
B,
go
what are
back
you
to.
do? Oh, sorry.
And I will go back to looking through the book.
B, what are you doing?
So I put, Scar in her room, and I went back to look for Sean because he was also drunk and he wandered off. So I'm gonna go find him.
Okay. Give me either investigation or perception. You do find Sean kind of meandering through the bookshelves.
All right, Sean, come on. It's time to go to bed. Or something.
Do I have to be? This lady is looking
Anyway,
suspicious over here. I was trying to see what she was doing.
and was it going well?
No,
Aurora looks
I'm
over
not
at
this.
you, Sean, and goes, "Why are you following me? The drunkard is following me."
He's like
I'm
a
not
puppy.
drunk.
He
You're
just was
drunk.
following whoever he found.
I'm just
You're
trying to
drunk.
do midnight reading. And she scoots further down. B, you notice whenever you come to Sean that Aurora is near Javanish, and they are looking at the same bookshelf.
See, B, I told you she's up to something.
Is it what's on the bookshelf?
It's
Does
an
anything
assortment of
look
books.
suspicious?
The
Give
whole
me
scene is
perception.
suspicious.
Everything.
All the things.
The shorter list is what's not suspicious.
Nothing.
I'm gonna be like, what book are you looking for?
Which one are you asking? Javanish or Aurora?
Aurora.
Yeah, she's cousins with the little library robots. She can help.
Aurora looks over. I am looking for gemstone studies on
Who's
specifically
Jim and why are
crimson
you studying?
gems. GEM. Gem.
Oh.
Crystals. You dullard. And she huffs and steps further away.
Is the section that she's in, is it even like relevant to what she just said?
Um,
Or does it seem like she was making that up and do insight?
yeah, you can go with an insight.
I don't know who Jim is, but she wants to look at his stones.
She doesn't seem to be really paying much attention to the actual book titles. It's more like she's waiting for Sean and you to leave.
All right, Sean, time to go to bed.
Okay, B, but I think they're up to something. I think they're up to
Yeah,
something.
yeah, they're looking for books. It's all good.
Are you sure, B?
Yep.
I trust you, B. You're my friend.
And then I'm gonna walk maybe like to the other, like I imagine these libraries are set up with rows of
Yes.
bookshelves. So I'm gonna go to a nearby one, hiding so they can't see me, and listen to hear if I hear
All right.
anything.
Give me a stealth check.
All right, stealth is not great, but I'll try. Nope.
As you go to hide, you hit a bookshelf, and it starts to teeter and totter, and almost collides with another one.
Ruh-roh.
Okay, my
Barely
bad,
catches.
guys. I'm having a little trouble standing up. Let me get. Let me get that for you.
Aurora sighs and goes, "Just go to bed. Freshmen cannot handle their alcohol."
But I don't want to go to bed alone. I lost mine. Can I use yours?
What?
Huh?
Can they see me? They know I'm there, but can they see me?
Not really. No, they just
And
heard
this
the
is
loud noise. Sean, give
If-
me a deception with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, that's the 8 balls.
So yeah, they kind of eye you, Sean, but they also eye the location of where the noise came from. You're pretty sure the ruse didn't quite work.
If the bookshelves are still rocking, I'm gonna push it all the way over.
What?
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold
give
on.
me an athletics check. Just go.
Damn
Just
it.
Do I
do it.
have advantage?
Don't listen to
It's
him.
already
Just go.
walking.
Yeah, go right ahead. You have advantage. And on.
Oh, oops, I didn't roll it with advantage. Hold on.
Mhm.
Much
Okay,
better.
much better.
Now, I'm going to have Sean and you
Yes.
roll initiative. Okay.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Is that not good initiative?
You do have disadvantage with that, Sean.
Oh, my bad. I forget. You're gonna have to remind me of that.
No worries. You are
'Cause
drunk, and that's all.
I
Okay,
would have
so
rather
yeah,
had
it's
the
fine.
second roll. Can I have the second roll?
No. So you do react much slower as B topples these bookshelves over. I need saving throws from the year 1 students. Odd. Okay. The bookshelves topple, and you can hear Aurora yell out, "What the hell?" And Javanice
What the
just
hell?
owl screech again, and then a whimper.
You are a very screamy little fellow, aren't you?
I would like you to roll 6d6.
Me or B?
No,
Kill the
B.
guy.
6. E6. Look at those fucking numbers.
You've murdered him, B.
I would also like to point out that it's 654654.
And that is significant.
That's pretty incredible.
I like it. It's in a pattern.
No, that's fair.
As you hear the whimper from Javnish cut short, and Aurora yells out, and you can hear her coughing as they are buried underneath books. Yeah, they're buried underneath books. What would you like to do?
She didn't think this one through.
No one will believe you, and then run
Run! Okay. Sean, what would you like to do?
Do you need a little bit of help?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't even catch that.
He asked if he needed help.
You guys need a little bit of help.
Give me persuasion with disadvantage.
Everything's a disadvantage. Life is a disadvantage. 11?
As you slur your words so hard they can't tell what you're saying.
I can't tell what I'm saying.
You just hear Aurora trying to move the bookshelf and not being able to.
I'll help. I'll
Give me a
give them
second
help.
Sean,
Yes.
give me a strength check with disadvantage.
Strength check with disadvantage. It's going to be poo-poo, but I am going to try. An 8 or a 16. I would have rather had the 16.
Okay. Aurora is going to try. She barely, the bookshelf starts to move just a little bit, and she can kind of wiggle out 5 feet.
With all of us working together? Yes.
I need another strength check from you.
Okay, disadvantage.
All right.
Same thing. Very consistent.
And then Aurora is going to make hers. She
May I-
fails, so she's stuck there. I
May
need
I attempt?
another one.
May I assist?
Hold on. I need you to make a perception check to even notice. Because you're all across the whole library, and
Okay.
and focused on books.
But I am making a lot of noise.
The bookshelf crashing did make a lot of noise. There is
13.
that. 13. Okay. You may start moving over there, Minerva.
Yeah.
You dash?
Sure.
Okay. You can move 60 feet then.
70 actually.
70. Okay. So you still wouldn't be able to help this round.
That's okay.
So you-
Minerva does not have little legs.
right here. Well, actually be like right here. So Minerva, as you come around the corner, you see these bookshelves toppled over. You could see like Sean trying to help a bookshelf, trying to lift it up. It's very slow going. His hands aren't in the right spot. They're slipping on books and magazines and stuff. While Aurora is trying to shimmy out from underneath it, and you can see Javanish just buried underneath there.
He
Sean,
does
I
not
need
have any luck
another.
at all.
Yeah. Sean, I need another strength check from you.
I did worse. I'm getting tired.
Okay. Aurora kind of shimmies out a little bit more. Haha, Javanish is back with 1 health.
Oh, I did kill.
Yeah, you almost killed him. Yes, he was making death saves.
I was wondering what those rolls were.
Yep, just death saves. Javanish was almost dead. Javanish is still almost dead as he tries to make a strength check with disadvantage. 12, so he's still stuck there. Minerva, what would you like to do?
I will help. I will attempt to help try and get this off of them so that I could.
All right, I need a strength check. Actually, you weren't drinking alcohol, so you can make an athletics check.
Excellent. Excellent. Not very good, but
Nope.
11.
It still doesn't really make it. Sean, I need a strength check. Aurora needs to make hers.
You would think that all of us working together would be able to do this. It just keeps getting worse. Minerva and I together can't get it up.
Okay. See, she
Maybe you're
failed
just not compatible.
horribly. Failed horribly. The bookshelf hitches and drops again. Since 2 of you made less than 10. I need... Oh, man. Sean, please roll just a single d6, and that's how much damage occurs to both the people underneath the bookshelves.
This is what happens when
My
I
man
do
only
not
has
have.
1 HP though.
This is what happens when I don't have my emotional support bee.
3. Okay. Aurora falls unconscious as well.
Minerva, can't you do something? You've got the healings.
Okay.
At this point, y'all just need to run away.
Minerva.
Can I see? Can I see either one of the two underneath the books?
Kinda. Actually, you know what? You have to give me perception check with disadvantage, as there's a lot of books and stuff in the way. I'm going to do death saves for them first. What's going on here, Roll20? You can kind of see Aurora, but not super well. But that's all you can do at the moment. Sean, I need an athletics check from you. I mean, sorry, a strength check from you.
Strength check at disadvantage. You think all this struggling and sweating, I would start to sober up. An 11.
Okay. The thing doesn't budge. Just gonna give. Okay. Minerva, what are you doing?
If I can see either one of them, I will cast Spare the Dying on them.
Is Spare the Dying a non-touch spell?
It is touch.
You
I
cannot
thought
reach
it
them.
was ranged now.
It depends on your cleric subclass, really.
Oh. I thought the 2024 made it 15-foot range.
Mine is 15 foot.
Yeah, it does 15 foot.
Why in the world would they increase it like that? That's so dumb.
Because people said it was useless.
People said that this game was too hard.
Yeah, well, with DMs, they like to kill you 8 times in one campaign. I can't say I blame them.
Cantrip upgrade. It goes to 120 feet at level 17. Obnoxious.
Notice how he didn't say he wasn't trying to kill you this time.
Yeah, no,
I know.
the
He's
facade
given
is
up
fading.
trying to deny it.
At any rate, so which one are you casting? Oh yeah, the only one you can see it on is
Even given
Aurora
the
at moment.
opportunity
Yeah.
So
to
It's
deny
like
it.
he's ignoring us.
Now.
Yeah.
As Minerva
Wonder
casts
why.
that, Javnish needs to make a death save.
Is the
real
peanut
quick.
calorie is not here?
Now then, Minerva, what are you doing? And then Sean, I need a strength check from you as well.
Yes. Disadvantage. With my little girly arms, I will try to lift again. Nope. Out of gas.
I will attempt to help lift.
Okay, go for it.
I also rolled an 8. Ooh.
Okay, the bookshelf shifts. I need you to roll a 1d6 for me.
It's your turn,
Everybody
Minerva.
dies.
You kill him this time.
All right. You hear a shift and a groan as Aurora is now bleeding out again.
I don't think the owl boy is coming back.
The owlboy has suffered 2 failed death saves.
He is dead.
He is 2 successes. Literally, the next roll is his deciding roll.
Is there nothing we can do?
He is back.
I mean, we could light the books on fire and.
Yes, I don't think that is a good idea.
Janish is barely hanging on.
Light the books on fire.
Aurora has 1 failed death save. Sean, I need a strength check from you with disadvantage. And Minerva, what are you doing?
I will attempt to help him lift. This is not going well.
No, it is not. It is
I
very
feel
much
like at this
not.
point, just cut your losses. Wipe the prince
Oh,
down,
there we go,
run,
15.
go to bed.
I keep having good rolls, but because it's the disadvantage.
Okay. As you have shifted it, Aurora's not conscious, so if she was able to shimmy out, she could have. But none of you could reach in while you're holding this thing up. So, I need.
If only my other companions were here. But they're all naked.
Javanish will actually make a strength check this time around with disadvantage to help out. He got a 14. Minerva and Sean, please make those checks again.
Oh, it's the fucking little nerdy owl boy rolling higher than me.
He got a 14. He's making
Silver.
disadvantages.
I got 12.
Okay.
He's actually a muscle lizard in disguise. Oh no.
You do what you want with that.
Sean, I need you to
The
roll a
bookshelf
1d6
just-
for me.
Smashes them.
As you put your hands in the wrong spot and the bookshelf just tumbles, causing 5 damage. Javanish is back to 0. Aurora
Having
has a
roasted
failed
owl
death save.
for dinner.
Um,
Just kill 'em.
Javanish has got 1 success. Minerva, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell Sean. Okay, I'm gonna try and lift it. If I get it up, try and pull one of them out.
Okay.
If he gets it up, he wants you to pull it.
Yeah, so go for it.
If
There
she
we
can
go,
get it up, I need to
22.
pull it.
Hey, you lift it up. You can pull out Aurora since you're right next to him, Sean.
I'll pull out the Aurora.
You pull out the lifeless corpse of Aurora.
Oh, she did?
She died.
Permanent
This
died, huh?
round.
Put it back. Put it back.
As you crushed her with a bookshelf.
Ah.
I'm so
He
sorry.
had the right idea. Don't lie, you're not.
I'm not sorry to her. I'm sorry to Grim if I upset
Dominique
him.
is got 2 successful death saves and at least 1 failed. Minerva, you are holding this bookshelf. I need you to make another athletics check. Otherwise, it'll topple back over.
Okay.
But the DC is lower now that you succeeded on lifting it.
10.
It stumbles.
You almost let it slip, and it kind of pins Javanish again, but it doesn't damage him.
Okay, good.
But he does make a death saving throw. Okay,
It dies.
he is back with 1 hit point again.
For the moment.
He stabilizes just a smidge. Minerva, I need that strength check / Sean. My God. I mean, low levels, bookshelves can kill.
Okay,
So,
12.
okay. Sean, what are you doing?
You said roll, didn't you?
Okay, cool. It doesn't quite stabilize.
Where are these fucking little robots? Where are your cousins?
They don't come down here, guys. It's just the private hangout spot for the students.
She's gone. She got a fake passport. She's heading out of the country.
As you struggle with this, I will have you guys do one more roll. Javanish is going to help.
Jonish is gonna die.
Janish got a... Oh, I got to roll a second time. 18.
18.
I'm glad Ganush could get an 18.
Oh, jeez, I got a 7.
Sean, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
Okay. Give me a D6.
Yeah, if
Just
only
crush
there
this
was,
poor fellow again.
if only there was somebody that could
Oh
give
my
them
God.
some guidance.
Just let them die.
Just let him die.
He keeps being crushed and then being brought back and then being crushed.
Oh, wait,
you
I have
guys can
guidance.
Make these checks again. Yeah, you have guidance. Yes. Go ahead and make those checks one more time as Javanish is making death saves again.
Alright.
This is
Hey, he's back to consciousness. This man. has
this is
gotten
kind
three
of
crits.
torture. Surely this is against some sort of convention.
Okay, you know how some
Something.
people, when they're drunk, just start wandering around if they wake up? Maybe
Uh,
Galleah wanders down to see what's going on. Good lord.
hey, that bookshelf topples back up, and you are
Whoa.
able to
Topples
shimmy
up.
Janish out of there as he came to consciousness with crit. He crawls out of there on elbows as both of his wrists are just broken, ribs shattered, ankles gone to dust at this moment, and he is
Minerva,
coughing
can't you do
up
something
blood.
for the little guy?
Yeah, I will cast. Let's see here. I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
That poor bastard is going to have some PTSD.
Never gonna pick up another book in his life.
I just saw wounds and I was like, oh, there it is, and almost cast Inflict Wounds on him. I don't know.
Oh my god.
You live. Not anymore. No,
Yes.
this is.
He lived. Not if I have anything to do with it.
He starts moving towards his room, going, sleep this off now. Faculty. Aurora died. And he starts crawling / hobbling towards the stairs to tell a professor or other faculty
Yeah.
staff.
Run, guys, run.
I'll look at Sean and go, you might want to head back. You might want to head to your rooms. I'm going to go find one of the faculty and see. And, let them deal with this.
I'm going to poke her. And she's breathing.
No, she's dead.
Just to make sure. I'm drunk. I don't know any better. And I'll give her one.
No. Her ribcage is shattered inward.
One check over to make sure she doesn't have that little disc thingy.
The disc thingy?
Yes, the communication disc.
Does not have one of those.
Okay.
No, actually, give me investigation.
Okay.
I gotta double check her sheet here. Hold on.
She was just an innocent bystander in all of this and actually had nothing to do with anything.
Whether she's got it or not, I don't see it. My partner in crime abandoned me.
Not crime. I'm innocent. I swear.
Let's see. You do know that she was a Dampier.
A lot of those running around here. Place is infested with vampires.
She's a performer that actually is slightly famous in Waterdeep.
Not anymore.
For her dirges.
Guys, we killed a famous stripper. This is not good.
Dirge. Sad songs. Any rate, you don't really find a disc thing or anything really in her pockets with that investigation check.
See, this is the way I need my friend B. She's very good at checking their prison pockets.
So,
she has small hands.
As the night goes on, what are you two doing? Are you going back to your rooms?
I suggest finding plausible deniability a good decision.
Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I just know that this collapsed and I tried to help save them, so.
No, it's just the bookshelf. It's all over.
No.
Sleepy time. I guess.
If you all head to your rooms, that's fine. If you stay, other things will happen.
I would like to go try and find one of the faculty members just to let them know just to let them know that this happened. Not that somebody just wakes up in the morning and sees this.
No, Duty Whacker, our boy went to go find one.
Thought he crawled to his bed.
No, he shifted it and saying that he needed to tell somebody that Aurora died.
He is crawling on his elbows and knees, though, so probably won't get there very fast.
That sounds like a him problem.
At about this time, you do hear rustling of feet, as several faculty do come into the room.
Tragedy.
Before anyone arrives, I would like to collect a small vial of her blood.
Creepy.
You're
Give me a
not there.
medicine
You
check
don't know
real
nothing
quick.
about this.
Make a what check?
Medicine.
Medicine check. Oh, I'm good at those. 18.
Okay, you do get a vial of Aurora's blood.
Excellent.
At this point, some of the staff and faculty have showed up. You see your homeroom professor, Professor Val. You see Mavinda, the student council or academic advisor, and you see the dean, Dean Augusta, show up with Javanish, who is a floating disc, just laying there panting, and is carrying them on the said floating disc. Professor Val looks at you and goes, "What happened?"
I'm not exactly certain. I was on the other side.
Oh my. I think it's Liz again.
What did I do?
Your microphone's cutting everybody off every day.
Yeah, what? World? Okay, let's try that again. At any rate.
Liz,
No, it
mute
is.
yourself.
I was muted.
Jesus.
How's that?
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. As sorry about that, Scar. As Professor Val looks at you, what all happened?
Minerva is going to look at him and go, I have no idea how this occurred. I was on the other side of the room. I was on the other side of the library, and I heard a loud crash, and I came over and saw this scene.
Hey, that sort of aligns with what Javanish said. Sean, what happened?
The bookshelf fell over and I failed at picking it up.
Do you remember that? As that? I know, you try to hide it, so give me a deception check with disadvantage.
Actually, I have no idea.
You did try to help them hide it, so give me a deception with disadvantage.
I am rolling terrible tonight. What did you do, Grim?
I did nothing.
You did something.
I did nothing.
I have not had a good roll yet.
As Professor Val looks at you solemnly, the dean sighs. Mavinda nervously clicks her tongue in her beak as she's like, "What? We can't have a student dead at all, let alone within the first week of school." And Professor Val says, "We, I will take her to the nurse while you all sort this problem out, and you drag B out here to answer for her possible crime."
But he said nothing
How did
about
I
no
get
bee.
involved in this?
As Professor Val takes Aurora's corpse away. Do you have any squawks? Yeah, it was the robot one. She just pushed the bookshelves on us, saying we were doing something shady. I'm just studying because I failed everything this morning.
It's not wrong there.
Although you're not wrong, you are very shady. You had the blood disc. You're not to be trusted.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to study. Um, Give me persuasion with disadvantage.
You get to persuade people, and I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, because somebody might be trying to deceive the professor and dean.
Okay, well, that's a shitload of good that does with your disadvantage. Can somebody make me not drunk? This is hard.
As Mavinda goes, "We just need to get you to bed. Let's just get you to bed." And she kind of like leads you towards your bed chambers. We're gonna solve this all. We're gonna get B out here and
But B
just
is a
get to
good
the bottom of
girl.
this.
B
I'm
does no bad thing.
sure of that. But you need to go to sleep because you're obviously drunk and causing more of a situation.
This is bullshit. I'm going to bed.
And Minerva, you see that the dean reaches her hand up towards the astrolabe and pull towards it, and you see B pop out of her room, like a foot off the floor. in
I
front
didn't
of
go
you
back
all,
to my room.
as you're just like ripped out of your room, because it's like a little pocket dimension kind of thing here, and the dean has pure control over that, so she can pop you out, look at you, and go, "What happened? I'm
The
sorry to intrude
bookshelf
on your
fell
sleep.
over.
Did you push it?
No.
Give me deception."
Wow.
No. They
Devonish
just all
screams,
fell
"She
over
did
and
it!
I got really scared and I ran away. I'm sorry.
Javanish screams, "She did it! She did it! She did it! I did it! She did it!" But he kind of like trails off and kind of like passes out from the sheer shock. And the dean's like, the
I
only
don't know why he
witness.
doesn't like me so much.
Well, he kind of had a bad day. He's failed almost all of his classes, got fired, had a bookshelf fall on him numerous repeated times from what he's told me and from what the blood smears look like. So he's probably just in shock, and that's why he's passed out. So we're just going to let you rest. We're going to solve this whole thing in the morning. It's probably a big misunderstanding. Everybody's okay. Ish. We got to figure out if, well, Aurora's probably just dead. So I've got a PR nightmare on my hands. And Javnish can at least go to the nurse and sleep it off. And maybe we could fix his ribs. As they floating disc Genevas out of the room. All right. You all go to your rooms, sleep the night away. I'm assuming.
Hmm.
I am unconscious.
As we come to the day's end of our first class in a... It started off very wholesome, very great. Everybody learning, everybody doing. Janish having a bad time, but still trying through it. Getting a broken arm at some point, and then getting fired. And then his day becoming severely bad as he almost died a few times. Aurora thus severely dying. But this is where we end our session for the night. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy your sleep as you sleep off the alcohol and prepare for what is to weirdly to come.
And this is only day one.
Yeah, this is the first day of all the classes.